Guys, this is the recording for Traits in Reproduction 3.3, which is going to be our last lesson in Traits in Reproduction. Next week, we will review and then test and wrap up this unit. The following week, we'll do some fun stuff, Punnett squares, and some outside of Amplify stuff, which I know y'all need a break. And so today, one little extra thing I put in here is last lesson, you guys read that article about the cicadas and how they kind of live underground and then come up every 13 to 17 years, reproduce and all of that. And it's actually funny because it lines up that this year is one of the years they are coming out. And so I linked an article right here from USA Today about how the broad X cicadas are coming out. And there's a little video clip right here that's pretty cool that goes through how they are coming to Kentucky this spring and summer. And they are pretty big. And as you can see, they're large and winged, and they are going to make some noise this summer. So I thought that was really cool. And there's a little article about it. And like I said, this is a video, but it takes a lot to load. So I'll let you kind of watch that on your own. And so that's there linked. And then our assignment for today. And so today we started, oops, if my computer wants to scroll, that would be helpful. Keep going. There we go. So today we started with a warm-up, and the warm-up is this diagram right here. So what I wanted you to do below, in this box below, is in at least 2 sentences describe what's happening in that diagram above. And we're looking at the fact, sorry, it keeps scrolling all over the place, that there is the egg and the sperm cells, obviously. And so it's kind of the idea that in reproduction, the offspring gets a 1 gene version from the mom and 1 gene version from the dad, and it creates various combinations, obviously. And we know that 2 gene versions create the trait. And down here, the simulation is linked. So you're going to open up that simulation, and we're going to do a variety of tests here to kind of wrap up. And it's really focused on inheritance and those different combinations that can be created. And so you'll see that for each box, there's kind of specifics that you're going to look at. So for the first one, we're looking at Greg and Anne, and we're looking at the silk stickiness. And so when the simulation loads here, someday. All right, so we are going to take Greg and Anne, and we are looking at gene versions, and we are looking for silk stickiness. So I have the trait here. So Greg is sticky, and his gene versions are S1, S2. Anne is also sticky. Her gene versions are S1, S2 as well. So you'll go into your document here. And so Greg was S1, S2. And then he was sticky. And same for Anne. So you'll continue that process. Then down below, you'll see that you're looking at gene combinations that Greg and Anne can have. And you could probably figure this out without running the simulation, but I think it might help some of us. And one thing to remember and realize is that when the simulation does reproduction, the males' gene versions are green and the females are purple. And when you fantasy fertilize, I swear I can talk, the green goes first and then the purple. So the male version is listed first. And so you can see I have some combinations here. I have S2, S2, S1, S2, S2, S1. And so you can kind of see that there's that. And so you'll kind of go through, and one that's not in here, it could be S1, S1. And so you kind of think about the different versions. And so you'll go and you'll put, so one of them was, so S1, and then S2, and then it was S1, S2. You'll go through that. Down here, you'll see that it's the same idea, but this time we're looking at Otis and Ruby, and you're doing body color. So you go through these same procedures, and then you are going to mate Otis and Ruby at least 2 times, which you can see down here. And then each time you do it, so you'll do it once and then record your results, and you're looking at the gene version combinations and then the trait. And then you'll do it a second time and record your results down here. Then down here, the final thing for today is there is a reading on sea anemones, and sea anemones are cool because they can reproduce asexually. Excuse me. And you'll be able to see what that means in the article. You can click here for that reading, and then there are 3 questions to answer. And that is that for this lesson.